why you're here.
The Onimusha series has been around practically as long as the PlayStation 2 has been around, and Onimusha Dawn of Dreams is the fourth main episode in the series, and it really delivers a lot of what fans have grown to love about these games, in that it's all about a demonic infestation of Japan and you cutting down hordes of these nasty zombie demon things, while also engaging in this really kind of overblown, lavishly produced story that's a cross between anime and a soap opera. The storyline is completely new this time around, so you don't need previous experience with the past games in order to get what's going on and to be able to appreciate that Soki, who's this bleach blonde-haired guy wearing blue samurai armor, is single-handedly trying to save Japan. The story of the game is very, very loosely based on real characters. So instead of Oda Nobunaga, the warlord who was ransacking Japan in the previous Onimusha games, instead you've got his successor Hideyoshi, who is doing basically the same old thing. So as Soki, you're out trying to defeat him, and you're joined by these other companions who turn out to be totally unique characters, actually. They have their own different fighting styles. You've got everything from this little ninja girl who's got really fast moves and can dart around really quickly, to a guy who's from Spain and has a big frilly collar and a funny hat and arms like Frankenstein's monster and basically just punches everything. So there's quite a bit of character variety in this game. And that's definitely one of the best things about it. On top of that, it's also a lot longer than previous games in the series. Expect to take at least 15 hours on your first time through the adventure, and that's if you skip over a lot of the kind of supplemental story stuff and some of the hidden extras and all that. If you go back through, it can easily take you 20 hours or more, and then on top of that you unlock additional difficulty modes. There's a 2-player arena battle mode, and the back of the box even touts a cooperative mode for 2 players that's unlockable, but you don't actually unlock it by finishing the game, so it's pretty well hidden in there. The underlying mechanics of the gameplay are the same no matter which character you're controlling, but throughout much of the game you're actually playing with 2 different characters running around at the same time. You can switch control of them directly just at the touch of a button, and the other guy is going to be controlled by the computer when you're not controlling him. This actually figures into play through a lot of the puzzles in addition to just during the action sequences. The characters do feel distinctly different, even though the actual mechanics apply across the board. There's also quite a bit of puzzle solving in this game. This is partly how the game achieves its significant longevity, because once in a while there's just going to be a puzzle to throw you for a loop, and there are all these different puzzle boxes around where if you solve them, you can get cool treasure that way. There's just tons and tons of stuff to find in this game, which is cool. It gives it a role-playing game feel to it, and you can upgrade your weapons and find all these different swords, each with their own properties, and basically customize your character that way. You'll run into boss fights pretty often in this game, and you'll run into some of the same bosses multiple times. A lot of these fights are actually pretty drawn out and seem to test your patience and perseverance as much as your actual skill. But there's really a great skill-based aspect to the game in that you could pull off these critical hits by timing your attacks or even your defense at just the right moment, and you get a nice kind of flashy move at the end of this, and it really doesn't cease to be exciting. It's been one of the things that's helped make Onimusha more than just this hack-and-slash mindless game. As you could see, it really helps matters that this game looks as good as it does, and it also sounds terrific too. You've got both an English and a Japanese language track, which fans are going to appreciate, and the whole thing just has kind of this remarkable sense of style to it. It's fun to look at even when the dialogue is just totally bonkers. Ultimately, you could tell that this game was created for fans of the series. It really plays it safe in a way, in that it delivers more of what the series has always done, only more so because it's a bigger, longer game with more characters, more stuff to find, and so forth. Still looks terrific and all that. So if you've liked what the series has done in the past, this is a very easy direction for you to go in, and you'll probably enjoy this one at least as much as the others. On the other hand, if you're new to the series, you could get into this one. It doesn't require your previous experience, but be prepared for kind of a wild story that doesn't always seem quite well translated from the original Japanese. Even so, there's just enough pure, fun, exciting action in here to keep pretty much anyone satisfied for a while.